Hi, welcome. My name is Dr. Norm McVeigh, or Norm, and this is an energy psychology session. I'm the author of the book here, Coherent Coaching, and this is an advanced technology of tapping and energy tapping. So I'm really glad you're here. We're going to do some work here on the subject called healing. I think you'll like this a lot. And in this recording, there's white light encoded in the audio and video portions. I spent a long time developing this technology. Some of you might remember me from my earlier companies and earlier books. And this technology is when you turn the volume up, the energy field runs through you. So you can take your left hand and put it on the speaker, tap with your right, or you can put one hand on the speaker, your left, and just let the energy run through you, no tapping, hands-free tapping. Or you can just let the energy come out of the screen and the speakers and do tapping with your hands as ordinary. It'll just be faster. So I like to mention here that if the only way this works is through your 100% responsibility. So you need to be responsible for the results or lack thereof coming out of this. And I'd like you to make the agreement here that you'll be 100% responsible for the results. You won't blame me, you won't find me at fault. You'll be 100% responsible for what takes place here today through your participation. If you feel you can't make that agreement, stop now. Don't watch any further. If you're under psychiatric care, check with your psychiatrist first. And if you're under medical care, and you might want to check with your doctor first, or maybe you should check with your doctor first. But it's up to you. I give it to your responsibility 100%. So thanks for making that agreement, and I appreciate that very much. So the purpose here of this coaching session is to release the counter negative mental energy, or the negative mental energy that keeps unwanted conditions in place. 90% of it's a head game. I've been working with this since 1968, and I use biofeedback instrumentation. I train thousands of therapists and coaches, and it comes down to that it's 90% a head game. It's 90% mental sets that cause what happens to happen. I mean, it's really 100%, but I'll go for 90 right now with anybody. We'll take the next 10% as a leap of faith later. Okay, so this is a chance to look at what participation you have in creating your condition, and what participation you have from a subconscious standpoint that's keeping your condition in place. So this is a good chance to get into it. So, tapping here, you can tap with me and say after me what I'm saying and move around various tapping spots if you wish, or you can just follow my own lead. Okay, I love and support my well-being even though I've been holding unwanted conditions in place. I love and respect myself even though I've been making myself sick. And I love and respect myself even though I probably haven't been doing what I need to do to heal. And I love and respect myself even though I know it's my responsibility, this condition. Okay, now select a condition you want to work on. And you can work on your health in general, or you can work on a specific issue, a body condition, a disability, an injury, an unwanted condition, of any kind, anything you want to work on. Okay? And this is one you may want to do a number of times because we're going to work in depth on this. Now, the first and easiest thing to do with any physical condition is make it get worse or visualize it worse. It's the thing you resist the most, obviously. So, here we go. The thing I resist most is my condition getting worse. Okay, you selected a condition. I resist it getting worse. I resist not finding the proper care for it. I resist not finding the proper healing path. I resist it continuing. I resist not being able to help it. I resist how bad I feel with this condition. I resist the feeling most of all there's nothing I can do about it. I don't like where I am. I really don't like where I am. And I blame myself and I blame others. None of that seems to be helping. I'm real good at making the condition worse. I don't know how good I am at making the condition better. I've sure tried a lot to make this condition better. It's not that I've just done nothing. But somehow or nothing, the improvement's been little, or not at all, or worsening. Or it's more frequently showing up. Or I'm getting more stressed out about it. And none of this is helping. Where I am about the condition is partly, and probably a lot more than partly, why the condition exists. I'm stressed. And I'm not trying to hide it from anybody. I could give up. And maybe I have sometimes, but I'm not a quitter. I'm not the kind of person that says there can't be something done about this. I'll quit when I've done everything that I can do and nothing else comes to mind and I've done everything. And that and only then. But maybe I'm holding this in place. Maybe I have an attitude that's unhealthy. Matter of fact, I think I do. I think it's more than maybe. As I'm getting in touch with this thing now, I realize that it's way more than maybe. I'll cop to it. My attitude's not so good right now. I feel, no, it feels, and sometimes it feels more dramatic. I'm a drama queen about it. Sometimes it feels totally unsolvable. And sometimes I think the condition will never heal. And I don't like to be a negative thinker like that. So if I could just turn around myself into a positive place, that would be a result. I know I can make it more of a problem. And I can feel myself making it more of a problem from time to time. And I feel like I can't do anything about it but make it worse. But maybe it's not as bad as it seems. Maybe the worst thing I can do is give up hope. And maybe the worst thing I can do is throw in the towel. And the worst thing I can do is blame myself or others. Or the worst thing I can do is maintain an attitude that there's nothing that can be done. Because I don't know that. Just because I've tried a lot of things doesn't mean nothing can be done. And just because I haven't done anything necessarily that's turned it around doesn't mean there's not something else that I could do. I just got to get my mindset out of the way and be open to healing. First step is get my mindset out of the way. And there, with this condition, I have met the enemy, and the enemy is my own attitude. Helplessness, hopelessness, apathy, resignation, denial. Not my friends. Not my friends anymore. They're not somebodies I want to hang out with. Because they're what makes this condition persist. That's what suppresses my immune system. And that's what keeps me in harm's way. It's my friggin' attitude. It really comes up from time to time, and I want to release it. I almost feel angry about what I've done to myself. Wow. Lots coming up right now. I'm pretty good at making it dark and black and solid. I'm real good at that. And those attitudes and emotions I harbor, they're poison for that attitude. They feed it. They're poison for healing, and they feed the condition. They keep my immune system suppressed, and they keep me feeling awful. And maybe it's not as bad as it seems. As much as I hate to admit it, maybe part of it is my attitude and my attitudes and my stress. Maybe at some level I think I deserve this condition. And maybe at some level I've done something that makes me feel like I've deserved it. I feel like it's payback and just reward for something I've done in my life. But how long am I going to punish myself for? I mean, isn't it about time to say, job well done? I mean, I can feel it. I can feel the grief for what I've done and the ways I've done things. And I don't think it really is warranted. If it was warranted, it's sure long past being warranted. I mean, how long am I going to suffer? Lifetimes? I forgive myself for all that's taken place here. And I forgive everybody that's involved with it, because I never meant it to get this out of control. I never meant it to get this solid and this bad. I never meant to punish myself this way. It's ended up beyond and out of control and beyond anything I imagined. And it's about time to call it, game over and get on to some healing. I don't think I deserve this. I may have deserved it at one time, but I just don't think I deserve it now. I think I've suffered enough. And I say that I can't feel the condition healing. But maybe I just don't like change very much. Maybe I'm just stuck in my stuff. I've been stuck in my stuff a long time about this condition. I've been acting it out rather than expressing it. I got some inner work to do. There's no question. I got a lot of truth-telling to do about this and about my life. But there's no better time than the present. And you know what? There's no other time than the present. So here I am now, and here I am engaged in this process. And maybe my telling the truth now at this point is exactly the catalyst I need for change. Maybe I'm ready for healing at this point. I've been stuck in this thing so long that if it healed, what would I do with myself? Where would I park myself if this healed? My life would be totally different. I'm not sure if I really want that. This condition has been the source of, seemingly my entire existence, or at least a lot of it. I'm focused on this thing. With that, I can hardly visualize what my life would be without it. But I really like to take the shot at it, because it's got to be better than this. Why? Why resist change? When I complain about my current position and my current condition, change seems good. And I don't even want to admit it, that I fear being without it. It's so much me. It's so much who I have identified with. It's so much me. Wow. At some level, as crazy as this sounds, this condition must solve or appear to solve some of my problems. It must have started out as a good idea at the time. I must be keeping from releasing it. At some level, I must be affirming its existence. At some level, I'm not playing 100% in my healing. Because if I was playing 100%, I wouldn't be talking about this condition and playing with it and skewing it and complaining about it. I'd be off and doing something else because it'd be healed. I think I'm going to have to make the commitment 100% to heal this condition. I can always go back to 90 or 10 or 50 or whatever I want. But I think the time for pretense is over. I think I need to get right with myself and get congruent and get integrity with myself and realize I've been supporting and warehousing this condition. I may not know all the answers at this point why I do it, or even half of the answers. But I assume that I'm responsible. I assume that I must be doing something or not doing something that causes this to continue and persist. I mean, it's not the guy out there. It can't be. It can't be somebody from my past. They're not even here. It's got to be me. It's got to be me and my subconscious. So I'm going to make an intention to heal this condition 100% with no reservation, no resistance, and without fear. And I'm going to visualize, and I'm visualizing white light coming through my condition and healing it. And I'm visualizing it. And I'm tapping away the resistance. And white light is running through that condition and turning it from black to white and turning it from solid to light. And I feel myself getting lighter, higher. Wow. And feeling really in touch with the magic of being myself. And I say to that condition with 100% of me, heal, heal, heal. Let's do it again. That feels pretty good. Heal, heal, heal. And I do that directing my intention to the condition with 100%. 100% intention without resistance. No force, no effort, no pretense. Okay, let's do it again. Heal, heal, heal. Wow. I felt the white light, and I feel the white light flowing through it. It's the white light of healing. That's how my body works. And I feel the condition being like Swiss cheese, having holes in it. You know, like a screen rather than a wall. It feels like a shotgun is blasted through and made holes in it. I don't take it so seriously right now. I'm not even sure if there's really an it. It may be my thought. But I feel the holes becoming larger, and I visualize the holes becoming larger in that black mass of my condition. I'm not claiming I fully understand it, but I claim I'm fully engaged in my healing process. Now I'm experiencing change, and I'm not resisting it. And I connect with this condition and the remnants of this condition, and I flow unconditional love to myself right now in the form of white light. And I flow unconditional love to my condition in the form of white light. And I see it with white light around it. And I hold myself in the white light and in the light. And I love and accept myself for having created this condition. I am an author. Wow, am I an author? For all the lives I could have created and all the conditions I created this one. I did a damn good job. But I call it done. And I forgive myself and my unconscious participation. Let be and let free. And I live in the magic of being myself. Thanks for participating. Wow, I really acknowledge you. Not everybody would do this. And come back and revisit this session and this recording as many times as you want to. And come visit me at coherentcoachinginstitute.com. And I'd love to hear more about you and to know more about you. And just blessings to you. And see you again soon. And there are more sessions on the web there if you want to work yourself through from additional aspects. So, let be and let free.